Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing a tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards that come out in this reading for you today. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards. Also, thank you so much for joining us, for being here for the reading. So the first card that we have is the Queen of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. We do have some water sign energy. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio. But we also have air sign energy with this Five of Swords, and could also be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or even Aquarius. And we have the Knight of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So with this Four of Wands shown up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a very positive energy within, especially a connection with someone who feels like your ideal match. You do feel like it's very supportive energy between two people. I also feel that there's a sense of being able to actually get into a match, or being able to get into meeting somebody that is actually someone with a lot of potential for the long term. I do feel like with this Four of Wands, this does also feel like celebrations, being able to reach a milestone in your connection that feels like it's also a cause for celebration with someone. I do feel like with this Four of Wands, this feels like also a strong sense of having a strong foundation in your connection that feels like you have a lot of trust between yourself and this person, and from this person towards you. This does feel like a pretty good match as well. I do feel like with this Four of Wands, this also feels like a strong partnership. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to build with someone, something meaningful, something that's going to last, this also feels like it is also a good energy for being able to have that in this connection. I do feel like with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who does feel a lot for you. I do feel like they have a lot of feelings, and I do feel like those feelings go quite deep, and they are aware of them when it comes to how they feel about you. This does feel like an energy of someone who's in a space where I do also feel that they could actually be experiencing being able to go deeper into those feelings. They may be actually falling in love. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where this person feels safe to be able to actually go there with you. And I do feel like there's a sense of comfort in your connection, but also a sense of being able to trust the situation with you. I do feel like you may be giving this person those feelings. But with the Five of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of, I do feel like when it comes to this connection, it's like you're approaching it from a very mature perspective. I do feel like this does also feel like an energy of being done with any kind of games, wanting to be able to just have things flow in a way that is going to not be too complicated. And also, I do feel like with this Five of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of actually turning away from any kind of manipulation or any kind of strategy that does feel like game playing. I do feel like there's a sense of actually being able to build something with someone from a more genuine space. And with this Five of Swords, this does feel like an energy of also being in a space where it's like you feel a lot for this person. I do feel like there's a compassionate or empathetic energy between the two of you with the Queen of Cups and this Five of Swords in the reverse. This does feel like a sense of viewing the connection as being worth being able to give your all. I do feel like with the Knight of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like someone who's coming in. And with that Four of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience, being able to partner up with a person who's going to be instrumental to having a connection that does go the distance. I do feel like with the Knight of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an energy of somebody who is wanting to be able to offer you something, or wanting to be able to ask you something and approach you for being able to have something serious within a connection with them. I do feel like it could be a love offer from somebody. I do also feel like this could actually be a meeting with somebody who has genuine intentions when it comes to the romantic side of things with you. But this does feel like an energy of somebody who's kind of putting themselves out there. They're being vulnerable, especially emotionally with you. I do feel like this does feel like a romantic energy as well. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Six of Swords, and we've got the Two of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So this King of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of dealing with somebody who, I do feel like even when it comes to your connection with somebody, it does feel like there's a sense of being able to be on the same page as far as where things are leading or what you are actually intending on being able to accomplish by being able to be together in this connection. This King of Wands does feel like a pretty confident energy as well. You are dealing with someone who is very confident. I do feel like this person is also someone who's quite sure of themselves. It's like they know themselves. And I do feel like even in this connection, they show up as being someone who do feel like they are quite confident. And even in this connection, they could be quite confident about this connection with you. I do feel like this person is someone who's in a space where it's like they're not gonna play with you. This does feel like an energy of somebody who wants order. I do feel like there's also a desire for being able to have structure in your connection. And I do feel like your energies complement each other, especially when it comes to building a bond together. And with this King of Wands showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of being able to reach a point of being able to have confidence in this connection. There may be a point of being able to reach a milestone in this connection. I do feel like it's giving a lot of confidence to you within this connection with someone. I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this does feel like a fortunate energy as far as being able to establish a feeling like you got lucky in a connection, or feeling like this connection is one that they feel lucky to be able to have with you. I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this also has to do with divine timing. So this does feel like a sense of somebody who may actually have experienced their fair share of past relationships that weren't going and working out in their way. This feels like this connection being one that has been worth the wait. But I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, this does feel like a sense of being able to actually have a connection that does go quite deep. With the Wheel of Fortune, this could also be a sense of having karmic connection with someone. And I do feel like when it comes to being in this connection, it's like there's this deeper sense of a reason for having been together. And I do feel like there is a strong kind of a connection, a strong partnership with purpose. I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up over here under this Five of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like a positive energy as far as being able to experience things headed in the right direction. I do also feel like there's a sense of being able to get past the worst, and the worst is behind you within a connection. There may have been a time where it's like where you were trying to relate with this person, it may have felt like there was a sense of not knowing where each other stood, or there may have been a sense of being in a space of communicating in a way that felt like you may have needed to be able to read between the lines, or just that sense of really trying to get to know someone. And with this Six of Swords, showing up underneath this Five of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to make that transition to a space that feels more stable in your connection, feels more comfortable, but also feel like there's a sense of trust that you also have with this person built up over those experiences. With the Six of Swords showing up over here, this does also feel like movement. There could be a move on the horizon as well. And I do feel like with the Six of Swords, it's a move for a positive reason. This does feel like an energy of being able to experience a move actually affecting you in a positive way, as far as things being able to experience a sense of relief or something that you have always wanted or anticipated, being able to reach that point within this connection. This does feel like a sense of being able to move from chaotic or difficult times to a much lighter, calmer waters type of a environment within this move also. But I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to get over the hard times. It's like the hardest times are behind you. With the Two of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being in a space of making plans for the future. So I do feel like with this King of Wands, this feels like an energy of somebody who's quite decisive as well. I do feel like there's a sense of also feeling quite confident in this connection. There's also some plans on the horizon or plans for the future. And I do feel like with the Two of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of wanting to be able to make plans that is going to affect this connection in a way that does allow it to thrive even more than what it is. I do feel like with this Two of Wands, this feels like a bright short-term future for this connection as well. And this could also have to do with traveling. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have retreat. We have flirt. And we have it is safe for you to love. So this retreat card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a desire to be able to disconnect from all of the mundane tasks of life, or when it comes to the more heavier obligations of life, and being able to actually experience getting time to be able to connect in a sense where it's just the two of you. I do feel like with this retreat card showing up over here, it could be pertaining to two of wands. This does feel like an energy of making plans. I also feel that with the Four of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to experience a reason to celebrate. This feels like a sense of being in a good space within a connection. I do feel like this person may actually kind of surprise you with this Wheel of Fortune. And I do feel like this may also be a sense of being able to experience kind of a getaway with them. I do feel like with the Flirt card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a sense of a transition out of a space where things were more so lighthearted. I feel like there's a sense of being able to experience things moving to a place where when it comes to your connection with this person, you're able to be yourself and this person's able to be themselves. This does feel like connecting from a very authentic space as well, especially with the Five of Swords in the reverse. I do feel like there's a sense of somebody being in a space where it's like they are showing their true colors. And I do feel like there's a sense of not viewing any of the game playing that can happen within the talking stage or within the beginning phases of getting to know someone, as it's not worth it. And I do feel like there's a sense of actually moving this connection from being able to be there to being able to get to a more solid foundation in place within this connection with the Six of Swords shown up over here. This does feel like this connection is going through a transition, but I feel like that transition is one for the better. It does feel like it's getting to a more solid place within your connection. And with the It is Safe for You to Love card shown up over here, this does feel like a pretty comfortable energy that you can trust when it comes to what somebody is offering you, what somebody is expressing to you, and even just where this connection is headed. I do feel like with this It is Safe for You to Love card showing up over here, this does feel like a sense of somebody kind of wearing their heart on their sleeve. It's like they are opening up to you. You do also feel like the situation is also kind of feeling comfortable enough to be able to open your heart to this person as well. And I do feel like with the It is Safe for You to Love card showing up over here, this does feel like confirmation that the situation is right for being able to let somebody in on that level. So I do feel like this does feel like a promising energy. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will speak to you in the next reading. Bye, Sagittarius.